literature lover? Are you tired of reading literature that does not resonate with our time? Do you have questions about literature? If so, welcome to the podcast My Two Cents Worth, the platform that discusses literature in relation to our times. I am uniquely Kenyan and relevantly African, hence my focus, African literature. In this video, I will be giving a quick glance, part 1, on 10 newly released postmodern African books. Hashtag postmodernist reality in African literature. Please listen till the end. You will definitely have food for thought. Let us sail in. The first postmodern book is by a Kenyan writer, Okwiri Oduor, Things They Lost. Have you ever read Alice in Wonderland? Exactly my thoughts. Things They Lost is an African Alice in Wonderland, where going down the rabbit hole is uniquely different. It is such a good read, exploring a child's progression through life in magical form. The story's plotline, though intertwined with use of emotive poems, talks about the issue of womanhood alongside the dire need for motherly love from the perception of a coming-of-age girl named Ayosa. It is a tale that is purely merged up with magic, a way of getting an inner look at the character's thought process. The second postmodern book is Vagabonds by Elogusa Osunde. The title itself is quite eye-catching as it foreshadows a call for attention. The novel is majorly a collection of many stories exploring characters trapped in their own lives' predicaments. From mothers who find love in each other under the authoritarian society that sees their husbands abuse all the women in their lives, to young sex workers who remind themselves daily who it is they love, all the way to a tale of a renowned fashion designer who gives birth to a grown daughter, and of course, the mention of queer love that runs rampant in the novel. The weird narration depicts the weird, the unwanted, the outcasted. Grab a copy. The third postmodern book is Honey and Spice by Bolu. What a title! You can't believe what the subtitle in the book says. Sweet like plantain, hot like pepper. Who can guess the topic of concern here? Well, the book unfolds a juicy story of a quote-unquote an expert relationship dodger who tries to avoid the shambles of situationships, players, and heartbreaks. But alas, the expertise came to a dead end. The fourth postmodern book is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. This Nigerian writer, Imenzi, presents to us a lady character known as Faye, who decides she wants nothing serious but just joy to slowly heal her from the loss she had encountered. Faye simply wants to be alive again. I know we all have that ride or die best friend who always stretches us off our walls, right? This is the same case with Faye, who attends a rooftop party that instantly turned her life around to the unimaginable possibilities of love. Oh, please check the word order in the title. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. The fifth book is Content Warning, Everything by the same Nigerian writer, Imenzi. Honestly, this is my favorite. It is a poetic collection that is purely crafted to speak to the human mind and soul. The poems are written in first-person narration, capturing an I persona who in one way or another mirrors us. From desire to survive and abuse to survival, all in celebration of the essence of life. Hence, a list of content warning as the title echoes. One outstanding thing about some of the poems is the use of biblical stories and alteration of Bible characters to create a sense of familiarity in hypothetical sense. For instance, the use of Mary, mother of Joseph, as an Auntie Mary, Magdalene as a seductress, Joseph as an Uncle Joseph, and imagine an angel with red wings. Wow, weird, right? Aside from this, there are other poems that vividly reflect our contemporary traumas and hurdles, such as mental illness, depression, violence inflicted by others, and violence inflicted on oneself. Two of the poems that show this are "But why did you feel you have to kill yourself, baby love?" and "You are the hardest love to survive you." Spare a moment to read this collection. The sixth postmodern book is Patience is a Subtle Thief by Abi Ishola. The theme of motherhood under the larger sphere of womanhood is quite dominant in postmodernist African literature. Funny enough, it is not about the traditional tale of male chauvinism that drives this, but it is the constant shift of family roles, influence on globalization that has impacted self-decision making, and change of value system that has purely tampered with our social structure. This novel unfolds a girl's quest for her mother. Patience is the girl's name. She comes out as strong-willed, yet lacks the slightest gesture of patience. A pure irony of what the name suggests. The story roots on the lines of desperations people take. The seventh postmodern book is The History of Man by a South African author, Sifiwe Gloria. Let me take you down the memory lane. In one of my previous episodes, I mentioned that I look forward to a book that will rekindle the boy-child conversation in Africa, or rather, redefine the boy-child. And guess what? This book does just that. The History of Man probes on what really makes a man, a father, and a nation through the eyes of one man who journeys from boyhood to adulthood. It gives a reality check on human fallibility. The eighth postmodern book is The Unfortunates by J.K. Chukwu. A tale that literally talks about the unfortunate ones in society, the marginalized ones, due to their race or sexual identity, whose lives end up cut short by those who consider themselves, in quote, fortunate. The second last book is A Down-Home Meal for These Difficult Times. Stories by an Ethiopian-American author, Miron Hadiro. It is a collection of short stories that revolve around the basic need of belonging, the desire to feel connected, and a safe haven place called home. The stories present characters who are disillusioned, downtrodden, and outcasted, and they have to start all over again to belong. Some of the stories featured are The Street Sweep and The Suitcase. Both start off with a disheartening tone but end up with hope. Just as the title foreshadows, hopefulness. Last but not least is Bless the Daughter Raised by a Voice in Her Head. Poems by Wasan Shire, a Kenyan-born Somali poet. If you don't know Wasan Shire, she is famously known for her collaboration on Beyonce's Lemonade and Black is King film. Her poetry collection conveys resistance. Her poems highlight the predominant concerns of immigration, womanhood, trauma, misogyny, rape, suicide, eating disorder, and many other concerns. The vividness in the poems will leave any reader speechless and very thoughtful at the extreme level of brutal candidness expressed through her choice of words. My go-to poems in this collection are Bless Your Ugly Daughter, Bless Our CCTV Star, and of course my favorite one, Extreme Girlhood. Ensure you grab a copy and enjoy the artistry employed whilst discussing the real acts of life. That's all I have for you today. Kindly subscribe and share this podcast with your family and friends. Thank you and see you next time.